Hey guys, what qualifies someone to share their ideas? Now, if we had the answer to that one, I'm sure it would solve all the issues of tribalism and polarization that we're experiencing in the world today. What qualifies someone to share their ideas? Some might say a degree in the field that someone is speaking on would qualify them to share their ideas. Others might say life experience is what qualifies you to share your ideas. And to be honest, if I heard someone discussing either of these ideas in a conversation, I would probably agree. Some might think it's more one, some might think it's the other, but all in all, it usually comes down to one of those two things. I've thought a lot more about it, and I really don't like that line of thinking that questions what qualifies someone to share their own ideas and their own opinions. And I'll tell you why. Like, who the F cares? You're human. That's what qualifies you. You are allowed to share your thoughts and ideas because you have been given the divine right to be human. That means you have the right to speak. You are not an animal. You can convey your thoughts and your feelings. Being human is what qualifies you to do that. So if anyone ever tries to make the argument, and they will, especially in these days, that you shouldn't share your thoughts and opinions, or that someone shouldn't, unless they are educated enough or have the deemed appropriate life experience. Maybe you don't want to hear it because they don't have the right education or the deemed appropriate life experience, and that's all good and dandy. If you don't want to hear it, you don't have to listen. But you should not be saying that people need to have a certain kind of background in order to share their ideas with others. Get this, guys. What people are actually saying when they say that is that they think that people need to have the same opinions as them, the deemed appropriate opinions, in order to share their ideas. And that's just wrong. I'm sorry. That line of questioning really dances on very thin ice. It's not a healthy outcome for anyone if we go down that path. It really isn't. But the truth is, people are really afraid these days. And I get it. There's a lot of ideas out there that are really scary, and people are afraid that these ideas can become too big and gain too much traction, and they're afraid of the things they don't agree with eclipsing the things that they do. And one thing that I've learned to combat this kind of thinking, because we're all susceptible to becoming worst case scenarioists in our heads. It's just a side effect of being human, I think. To kind of at times imagine the worst possible thing happening. One thing I've learned is that it's far more important to focus on what you do believe than to be afraid of what you don't. So the great thing about today is you don't have to subscribe to them. If you don't agree with what someone says and you think it's dangerous or damaging, you don't have to subscribe to them. Or you can subscribe to them and just allow yourself to be challenged by their different perspectives. You don't have to do that if that's not you. But that's the great thing about today. You don't have to follow someone if you don't like what they have to say. You can subscribe to someone else. And it's really that simple. Recognizing that there's a place for other people's opinions that are different from our own is really important. And when it comes down to it, the way I choose to look at it is if it helps other people, then all the power to them, even if I don't really subscribe to it myself. Stick around for my next video where we're going to chat a little bit about how you can go from wanting to be accepted to accepting that you're not everyone's cup of tea. So I'll see you next time. If you like this video, please hit subscribe.